One of the most important skills you must learn as university students is academic writing. You are studying at a university where all of the teachers are researchers. As you progress through the university, and particularly when you get to postgraduate level, you will do more and more of your own research. Academic writing is communicating the results of academic research in a written form. This 4-part video series will teach you some of the basics. In this first video, we will start by defining some key terms and concepts. The second video discusses structure and formatting of academic essays. In the third video, we will learn about citations, bibliographies and footnotes. And the final video explains how to present data in graphs and tables. Researchers who become well known in their field typically possess 4 main qualities. First, they have a broad and deep knowledge of previous research in their field. Second, they are able to discover new data and information. Third, they interpret evidence in new, interesting and original ways. And fourth, they are able to communicate their ideas effectively to others. Academic writing relates to this last quality. Unless you can communicate the results of your research effectively to others, nobody will ever know about your research. An important part of a researcher's job is to make their research results public. For professional academics, this is done in 3 main ways: conference presentations, papers, and books. There are thousands of academic associations around the world. These associations are national or international groups of researchers in a particular field. The groups organize conferences, where members from around the globe meet together to present and discuss the latest research in their field. A typical conference presentation lasts 20 minutes and is followed by some questions. An academic paper is an article published in an academic journal. In English, academic papers are typically between 3,000 and 10,000 words long. We can categorize academic articles in 2 ways. First, refereed journals versus unrefereed journals. A refereed journal is one where an article has to be approved by usually 2 to 4 referees and an editorial board, all of whom are experts in the field, before it can be published. An unrefereed journal does not have these rigorous checks. Second, academic association journals versus university or department-based journals. Academic association journals publish research by people working in the field or discipline. University or department-based journals are only for people attached to that organization. In general, to become a famous researcher, you must publish in refereed journals produced by academic associations. These are the hardest places to get research accepted for publication. Books and monographs are the longest form of publication. It takes many years to produce an academic book. A book can be written by a single author, or be a collection of essays by many authors. But particularly in the social sciences, publishing a book from a well-known university press is a key measure of academic status. Whether you are producing a conference presentation, academic article, or book, there are 6 core components of academic writing. Every piece of academic writing will include them in varying proportions. 1. Research aims. What you intend to investigate or discover. 2. Literature review. A summary of the key points from other published research in your field. 3. Hypothesis. A theory or idea that you want to test in your research. 4. Methodology. The theoretical or practical methods you use to carry out the research. 5. Evidence. The data, knowledge or evidence that you collect. 6. Discussion. Your original conclusions based on your research. The balance between these components depends on the type of research. A paper about a scientific experiment, for example, will have a long section on methodology and the experiment results. By contrast, a paper about contemporary literature, for example, will be mainly literature review and discussion. It is very important that academic research is original. Original has two meanings in this context. First of all, the research must be your own work. You cannot just copy other people's data, words, or ideas without using proper references. These days, it is very easy to copy and paste from the internet. However, in academic writing, copying and pasting without a reference is unacceptable. Second, your research should present some new knowledge or ideas that you have discovered. Interpreting old data in a new way is also considered to be original. Of course, it's not always possible to be 100% original. At any given time, there are tens, hundreds, or even thousands of researchers working in a similar field to you. Inevitably, some of these people have similar ideas to you, or they might even be collecting very similar data. The important thing is to always have a part of your research, even if only 3 to 5%, that is clearly your original contribution. When you do academic research, your readers are expecting to see your original contribution to knowledge. Consequently, there are two things which can be considered academic crimes. The first is invention or falsification of evidence. When doing research, you do not always get the results that you hoped for or expected. Actually, this unpredictability is a good thing. Unexpected discoveries can lead to exciting and original papers. However, if the experimental results do not match your expectations, under no circumstances should you ever change or falsify the results of your experiments to make them fit your aims or hypothesis. To deliberately deceive other people is unforgivable in the academic world. The second is plagiarism, or giving the impression that other people's research is your own. Academic research is about contributing original knowledge to the world. To claim that somebody else's words, data, or ideas are your own is a lie about the originality of your work. You must show very clearly the words, data, and ideas that are yours, and the words, data, and ideas that belong to other people. To show other people's work, you must use citations. We will discuss this in video 3. If you are working as a researcher at a university and you are caught falsifying evidence or plagiarizing others' work, the punishment is simple. You will lose your job, and your reputation as a researcher is destroyed. Rightly so, the punishment is equally strict for university students. If you falsify evidence or plagiarize in a report, you will fail the course. If it is for a graduation thesis, you might even be kicked out of the university. This point is very, very important. You have been warned. The reason that people become researchers is because they have a deep interest in something and they want to spend their professional life researching it. Being a researcher can be very demanding. Producing original research is difficult and time-consuming, and when it is eventually published, there are lots of very intelligent people waiting to see if you've made any mistakes. But being a researcher is also very rewarding. Seeing your article in print and realizing that your ideas are having an impact around the world is very satisfying. Not everyone who comes to study at Hokkaido University wants to be a researcher in the future. However, for the next 4 years, you will have to write many reports and assignments in an academic style. Furthermore, all your teachers are researchers, and if you want to progress to a master's or doctoral degree, you must learn the skills of academic writing to a high level. This video series will give you many of the basics, and next time we will look at how to format and structure an academic essay.